So I'm Matt Nava. I'm the creative director at Giant Squid.
Matt, what are you showing here at Giant Squid today?
We're showing off Abzu, our first game project. So Abzu is an underwater exploration game. You control a diver character who goes deeper and deeper into the ocean to discover who she is and discovers this kind of connection with nature. There's a big focus on exploration, finding a lot of sea life and really just lingering in this ocean space. So it's not really about scuba diving or simulating scuba diving. It's more about capturing the majesty of being in a new space.
So, what have you learned on your time on Journey that you're applying to Abzu?
I worked as the art director on Journey, and in that game, I really learned that games can create a meaningful experience for people. We had so much positive response to that game, where people were just sending in letters about how it really affected them in a positive way, and that was something I wanted to continue doing. So with Abzu, we really want to make a game that has a lasting, meaningful experience for players.
Can you talk about the gameplay, what you'll be doing in Abzu?
Sure. So Abzu is very experiential. It's not a very kind of game mechanics deep game. It's more of a game about just being in a space. You swim, you dive, you move kind of in a ballet. You dance with the fish. And as you go deeper, you can ride fish and discover little drones that become your little friends, and they help you go through barriers and find your way to the deep. And there are dangers in Abzu. There are, great white sharks that kind of trail you through the ocean, and some other things that lurk in the deep that we're not revealing yet. But they all serve the purpose of creating this narrative. So that's really the purpose of those elements in the game.
Can you talk about some of the fish you have in the game and all the varieties of fish?
Sure. So one thing I'm really excited about in Abzu is that we have some of the most high fidelity fish in video games today. We've been able to make hundreds of different species and then have tens of thousands of them on screen at any time. We've got sheephead and Garibaldi, kind of local California fish, as well as fish from across the world. We've got humphead wrasse, we have reef sharks, and all kinds of things. And what was really fascinating making this game was researching all the different kinds of fish. There's lots of different biomes in the ocean. At different depths, there's different kinds of fish. And so we tried to emulate that as well. So every time you go to a new space, there's new unique fish to find in the game.
What are some of the challenges when telling a story with nothing but gestures and little sounds?
Oh man, so that's a really interesting question because I've worked on only games that do that. I've only worked on Flower, Journey, and Abzu, which are all games that had basically no text at all. And it becomes extremely important to communicate to the player visually, with color, with sound. And it's something that we play test a lot. We bring people in and see like, hey, is this communicating to you? What do they take away from it? And during development, people kind of create these very interesting stories. And we eventually kind of change little things until they're telling us the story we want them to be kind of getting from it. So it's just a lot of testing and a lot of hard design work. So you start out the game and you're this diver who awakens in the middle of the ocean. There's no scuba tank. You don't have to worry about air. You can kind of stay underwater as long as you want. And as you go deeper into the game, the diver is remembering who she is and discovering this connection with the environment, with nature. And you discover these little robot guys that you also will learn more about and how they're related to the diver. All these kind of elements converge as you go deeper and deeper. And there will be a moment in the game when you are at a certain point, you'll discover the kind of secret behind who the diver is and what she's doing there. And she'll have to kind of figure out what her purpose is. So that story of the diver's descent into the ocean is very metaphorical, but at the same time, that's what the core of the game is about. Yeah.
When does Abzu come out and what platforms will it be on?
So it's going to come out this year, pretty soon, first half of 2016, hopefully. And we're going to be on PS4 and PC at launch.